Hello, I thought I'd try and show the newest version of Ubuntu, version 11. This is in October 2011, and I just installed it. I've added a few things like the obviously desktop recorder and stuff. I thought I'd show some of how things look. You can change on Ubuntu like Windows the desktop background. In some ways, Ubuntu is a little bit like, it's a Linux system, and it's a little like a cross between Windows and Mac. They try to take the best of both worlds, I guess. So these are your backgrounds. You would click on one, and as you see, the background changes. You click on another, background changes. I kind of like that one. I will use that one. Use close, and so your background is changed. Now, many things aren't installed with Ubuntu right away, such as Flash for YouTube. And so you would click on a movie, and it says, oh, I'm terribly sorry, you cannot do it. So you go to Adobe, figure out which version you have, in which case this is Ubuntu 11, so it would be 10 plus would be the closest. Download, and it asks you what do you want to launch it with. And I do it with the Software Center. Say, okay. And we wait, and we wait. And there we come. And Software Center comes up and says, hey, how would you like to install Adobe Flash plugin? And you say, install. And you need your password for your computer, so not just anybody can mess around with it. And voila, it goes off and installs. When we are finished installing, and now things should work. Should be able to go back, I hope. Maybe I have to retype YouTube in there. Let's see here, where's YouTube? There's YouTube. And click on this gentleman, and voila, we have now you can go full screen. So that's how you would install something like that. If you want to install other stuff, there's a ton of free stuff that comes with Ubuntu. It's not all installed, but you get to choose which ones you would like to install. And they generally sort them by types. You can actually, if you know the name of what you want to install, you can just type it in there. Up above here, say, what's under F? F, how about DVD? Let's see what they got for DVD stuff. Here you go. You got Ripper, you got Styler. There's a zillion of them. You can click on any one of these and get more info. Provides a margin of safety of data loss, CD scratches, whatnot. So you can read about what it is, figure out what it is you want. One of the nice ones that I've found is under science and engineering. There's a lot of, you got astronomy, you got biology. Let's see. So you got what? Sequence alignment viewer. I mean, a lot of this stuff is probably over the head of many people, over my head. But if you're interested, this is one of the better ways of finding out about this stuff. Much more choices than you have in Windows. I suppose you can get it in Windows, but you'd have to really hunt around. And here it comes with it pretty much, because Linux community is really kind of an education-based community, and so there's a lot more software around it. So that's the software. That's how you install it. Just click on it, install, and it's installed. You can go through your applications of what you have installed. These are the most frequently used. I use Skype a lot. Also, there's the installed software and ones they recommend that you may be interested in. So you just click in what you have installed, and it gives you the whole list. And if you want to pare that down, you can just choose like here, and these are the ones that are already installed. They also have Office that comes pre-installed. So you have Calc, which is Excel, a draw program, which you don't get with Office, Windows Office, Impress, which is PowerPoint, Mathematics, which is also something I don't think you get with Office, and Writer. However, they do not come with Outlook type software. So that's one thing you do miss with this with Linux. You don't get Outlook. One of the cool things about Linux I found is that I plugged in a Bluetooth item, USB Bluetooth, immediately installed, had no problem seeing it, and then turned on my headset and immediately connected and had no problem with that also. If you had to actually set up a new device, you would just go click on new device, say forward, device type, it would pop up there if you had it actually turned on. You can even choose the pin options, which I have never found in Windows. I'm sure they have it, but it's much more difficult to work with. And it just works. One thing it does not do, though, unfortunately, is with Skype. You actually have to go under the sound after you've connected your Bluetooth, and under input, you have to choose your headset, and under output, you have to choose your headset in order for Skype to work. But once it's chosen, it works. Unfortunately, if you turn your headset off, you have to go and reset that again. So that is a bummer. But other than that, I'm quite impressed with the Bluetooth capabilities on here. It has all the basic software such as sound, video playback, video recording. What else? You get multiple desktops. You can actually shift and show 4 different desktops. You just click on that desktop and you're there. And you're here. Why would you want to have multiple desktops? Well, if you had Firefox open in this one, there she is. Let's minimize this a little bit. Make it a little smaller. There we go. Alright, and we go to another desktop. And oh look, Firefox is showing its bottom there. Alright. But that way you can have one item open in one box, one item open in the other. I'm not sure if it's all that useful, but yeah, let me close. There we go. Close that out. So, but anyways, you do have multiple desktops available. The same thing as Windows. You can do the same. You can do shortcuts here. So, like in this case, I want to show you TeamViewer. TeamViewer is actually a Windows-based product that has a little installation thing, application that allows you to install it under Linux, which is very cool. And in this case, we are connecting to the Media Shout computer at church. So now we're at church. That's all it takes, one click, and you are remote accessing another computer in another place, as long as you have it all set up correctly, of course. And that is a Windows program running under Linux. And of course, whenever you use it, it pops up and shows up here. Oh yes, there's also something called Ubuntu One, which you can join for free, and you get 2 gigabytes of free storage, which means that all your software files, not software files, but all your files can be backed up online. Generally, you don't actually, with Linux, you only back up the files that you're using, like your writing documents, your emails, your music, whatnot. That's what you back up. The software, you just reinstall. So in actuality, it has a lot less to store with Linux than you do with Windows, because Windows has all these other things that you want to save as well. So you have to store the entire operating system often to get your Windows back, whereas Linux is much simpler in that regard. And the the main windows here, the home folders. And these are your basic home folders. You got your desktop, that's down here actually. You've got your documents folders, which I have nothing in yet. Downloads, I have Google Talk, which I installed. That works too. And no music yet. No pictures yet. Boy, I'm just sad. Public, oh, these are what you would share with someone else. so you put that in your public. Ubuntu 1 would be online, actually. Whatever you would store in here would actually be stored on your Ubuntu 1 cloud, so it synchronizes it, which is very nice. And of course your videos, some of which are actually these test videos I've been doing of the desktop recording, so we know that works. And here's some examples. And this would be music. Ooh, terrible. And the video. Sorry, kitty cat. And this kind of cool little video they made about Ubuntu. All right.